it's Liz from Old Stables Crafts. Thank you very much for joining me again for another Simple Stamping Saturday. If you are new to my channel, Simple Stamping Saturday is where I take one stamp set, one design, and make 3 versions. One that's quick and easy, one that's a little bit more involved, and one that I am allowed to throw everything at. So today I am looking at Love of Leaves. This is a beautiful bundle that is in the new August-December mini catalogue. There are dies, one of them is missing, 2 of them technically are missing, so this pair are missing. These are beautiful for a whole host of reasons, but they're stitched on the outside, so if you die cut them, when the bit that's left in the middle, sorry, the bit that's the frame, if I put my brain in, that would be useful, has stitching around the outside, but there's also, you can inlay the veins for the leaves, which also gives stitching, which I am using on one of my samples, but beautiful. Anyway, so Love of Leaves and lovely sentiments, so hope changes everything. I thought of you today. Your friendship is something I know I can count on. Thank you. Hello. I'm so glad you're in my life. Really nice, generic kind of positive thoughts. I thought of you today obviously can be for someone who's in a little bit of personal difficulty. Ditto, hope changes everything. But overall, I think they're positive sentiments. So let me show you the sample that I've made for the simple version. As ever with simple stamping, we have a decorated envelope. We should always have a decorated envelope, but I always make a point of decorating it for simple stamping. And this is our card. It is very, very simple. I have used the large sycamore leaf. I think that's a sort of sycamore-esque leaf. And then I've taken the thank you stamp. This is actually stamped off. I'll be showing you that in a minute, so don't worry about that. And then this is full strength. So let me show you how I've made that. And then I'll show you the samples for the other versions. So I'm using a very vanilla note card and envelope. These come in packs of 20 note cards and 20 envelopes. So really great introduction to stamping. I'm going to need a piece of scrap paper because I'm going to be stamping off. I've got my sycamore leaf mounted on my D block, and I'm just going to ink it up with cinnamon cider, wonderful autumnal colour. So let me ink that up. Obviously you could do this in any colour you wanted. If you're looking at a spring card, you could do this in a green, but because we are heading towards autumn, today in particular we've had thunderstorms. So I'm going to stamp off to get excess ink off, and, well, not excess, but so I've got a faded look. These are part of our distinctive range, which means that they will do shading for you. You don't have to worry about it. I am making sure I give the ink a long time to pass between the stamp and the card, because I have taken quite a lot of ink off. But there you are. It's a nice obvious effect without it going too dark. And then I'm just going to take my thank you, which I have got mounted up here, and that I'm going to pop down in the bottom corner, full strength. So that is our card. I'll fold it in a moment. But while I've got everything out, the other piece I need to do is the envelope, and I'm doing this, the front, but I need to make sure I know where the flap is. It wouldn't be the first time I have stamped in the wrong area. So again, I'm going to ink up my stamp and then stamp off. And then I'm going to bring my envelope, let's find a clean bit of paper. Probably turn it over, that's better. So I'm going to bring in my envelope and just pop it at a slight angle. I'm not going to go mad, but I want it deliberately going off the bottom of the envelope. And again, I'm going to give it a reasonable amount of chance to get the ink on. And there we are. So really pretty little envelope to go with our card. Really quick. So if you were batch making, wouldn't take you long. So fold our note card, and I know I say this every week, but it bears repetition. A bone folder is your friend. A clean bone folder would be even better. I cleaned my bone folder earlier this week and I've got gick on it again. So this is just a sand eraser which can get rid of any little smits that you might have. Just gently sand them off. And there is our card and envelope. Simple, simple. So that's the one we've just made. This is the one I made earlier. As you can see, they're almost identical. So that's that. Let me bring in my next stepped up version. I've introduced, it's still going in the same colour scheme. I'm going monochromatic. So, and I mean monochromatic, not black and white. So one colour. I've done basically the same thing, other than this is full strength. So I've done full strength and then the shadow, if you like. I've stamped my thank you on a spare piece of the Very Vanilla and then used the classic label punch, one of my favourite punches, just to punch it out and trim it down. Do that quite regularly. And then I've popped this up on dimensionals and I've used some of our in colour enamel dots, which were on my desk. Yep, buried. So they're the in colour enamel dots. You get Magenta Madness, Just Jade, Misty Moonlight, Cinnamon Cider and Bumblebee. Clearly I'm going to need some more for Magenta Madness and very soon Cinnamon Cider. And then I've mounted the piece onto a piece of Cinnamon Cider cardstock, popped it up on dimensionals onto a Very Vanilla card base, and this is thick Very Vanilla. For my next stepped up version, again basically the same idea, which is the idea of Simple Stamping Saturday. It is just a progression for the same design. So here I've used the stitched embossed bit, so I've die cut and embossed, and I have done them at once, which is why they were stuck together. So if I bring in the stitched leaves dies, I've got these stuck together with a piece of washi tape just so that they're in the right spacing, and you can run it through in one go. And between you and me, don't tell anyone, I've die cut this from the mat, so there's a hole in my Cinnamon Cider mat because nobody's going to know. You can't tell. So I've done the same stamped off image. Then I've used the texture embossing folder. So it's the, Tasteful Textile in 3D embossing folder, which is in the annual catalogue. Beautiful. It gives this lovely, am I going to be able to pick it up on the light? I hope I can. It gives this lovely, subtle texture. It's not as subtle as the subtle embossing folder. It's got a bit more texture to it. But stamp first, run it through the embossing folder, and then again this is on dimensionals. This I fussy cut this time, and again we've got our Cinnamon Cider enamel dots, and I've popped everything up on dimensionals. This will not go through as ordinary postage. This will be a large letter. This one, because it's only one layer of dimensionals, oh no, this will be large letter as well. Forgot about that. So there we go. So our quick and simple, our stepped up and our stepped up again versions. So I hope you found that interesting. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Do consider subscribing, which is in the bottom right hand corner. The more people who subscribe, the more people who give a thumbs up and comment, which you can do below the description bar, the more people will see my videos, because that's the way the YouTube algorithm works. So I'm playing algorithm games at the moment. I'm so close to 9,000 subscribers, and then I will be so close to 10,000 subscribers. I'm just getting excited about these things. If you're in the UK and you would like any Stampin' Up products, I would be honoured if you would consider shopping with me. But if you're not in the UK, I hope you just enjoy the video. As I say, if you leave a comment, I will get back to you. And that's it for today. Thank you very much indeed, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Have a fantastic weekend. Bye!